Hello, it's Beth. Today I was trying to think of different crafts we could do that are not junk journals and not trash cans. I've recorded a couple other things I was considering posting, and I don't know. I didn't really care for either of them. There's one I might still post. Whatever. I'm just undecided. I feel like that was a boring craft, and I just rambled the whole time. I think I just talked about movies. I don't know how much that would interest anyone, because who cares about some random person's my fascination with movies. I watch way too many of them. Anyways, today I was thinking about making stamps out of cardboard. These are my very very standard, very basic for me. I draw these on my thumbnails, my YouTube thumbnails, my video thumbnails, whatever the frick you want to call them. And I was trying to get some other insight online, have other people made cardboard stamps before, would they work? And I saw a few, and people were saying simple designs are easier, and that's what you should do. And I immediately take that as a challenge to think, how can I make a complicated one work? So some of the ones I just showed you, they have several pieces, and I will probably regret doing something more difficult, but I can't help it. I just want to see if I can make it work. Can I do it? And I feel like I can. I can make that work, provided my tools, because I have a few X-Acto knives. As long as they're sharp enough and they aren't bending the little cardboard pieces I'm trying to cut out, it should be fine. And I also have some Modge Podge. I don't know if it would help. I'm thinking about making a couple versions, one that's just the cardboard, and then a different one that I Modge Podge to see will it wipe off paint better, because obviously I'm making stamps and I'm going to use paint, right? So I just feel like if I'd layer too much paint on cardboard, after a while it's going to kind of fall apart. So I'm trying to think, how can I maybe make it a little more durable? So that's my kind of plan. I never go in fully knowing what I'm doing. I feel like that would kind of take away the point of starting something together with you, because that's kind of how I picture these, doing a new project together and realizing, oh, that didn't work, and oh, this is what does work, and just showing you the process. My process that I don't even know what it is, even after it's all done, I'm I don't know how I did that. So it's new every time. So anyways, I'm going to move the camera down. Don't panic. Okay. And ta-da, desk. I have to be careful. I can't tell you how many times I've knocked over my little phone stand here. I mean, you've seen it a couple times, I think. So part of me was thinking this thinner cardboard might be nice, to cut out the smaller pieces I make. But then I was also thinking I'd have to double it up, because if it's not thick enough, the stamp is just not gonna be great. You know what I mean? If I put paint on it and there's too much, this will just get lost in the stamp. So my designs, as you can tell from what I've shown you, they are very basic. Well, basic in terms of these aren't super creative by any means. They do have a lot of pieces, but that doesn't really mean anything. I don't know. Basic for me, this is the kind of design, the patterns I use all the time, which, is why I was thinking these are the ones I should make. So I don't know what to start with. I might try starting with the eyeball. That's just kind of my go-to. I use that a lot. That'd actually be nice if I had a big one and then a small one. So my issue will be, I don't know if I should separate the eyelid and then the waterline, because my concern is this corner right here. With me cutting something out, I don't know if it will be likely to rip. I'm gonna try to cut it out as a whole piece, but just that's my concern, I guess. I think I might cut this a little bit because I want this to be the base of the stamp. Okay. Sorry, and this is what I mean, like, us doing it together. Like, I don't know where I'm going with this. Like, I do, but I don't. It makes sense in my head, and then, like, actually doing it, I don't know. Oh, really quick. I don't know if I should show you the end results, but I'm going to. I don't know. If you want to let me know, these are kind of basic, but, like, this is the one video I recorded I wasn't sure I'm going to post. If I haven't already posted it, if this is something you feel like maybe you'd be interested in seeing, like how I did it, even though, again, it's simple, you can probably figure out how I did it. It's really just, again, hot glue and paint. But, again, I just, like, talked about movies and just random stuff. It was kind of more of a chat with me, but I'm painting while we're doing it. So, you let me know if that's something you're like, hey, I think I might want to see that, and be like, alright, I guess I'll post it. Again, I might post it anyway, regardless of what you want, but, again, I just haven't decided yet. Just so I don't forget, and I don't cut this up for anything else, this is the base of the stamp. And this I cut to be the same size so that I can draw my pattern on here, and it won't end up too big for the stamp base. And it looks like I don't have a pencil up here, so that's nice. Ugh, I feel like I should measure for this one. Or at least if I draw like half of it, and then... This is only like if you want it to be even, which I'm debating if I even want that. Does this have to be even? I'm gonna say no, because I don't want to use the ruler. You know how I am about rulers. I was gonna add, like, I put little dots on the outside here. I don't know if I want to add that. I just realized I should probably be cutting the inside first, because if I cut all of this out, this is going to be more fragile and more likely to bend. I don't know how to explain it. I think this inside needs cut out first. So the last thing I need to happen is bend my design, and I'll be proving everyone right with the, you need to do simple designs when you're cutting with cardboard. Freak you, I don't have to do anything. Just kidding, that was unnecessarily aggressive. I'm trying to like hold this gently as I'm cutting. You don't want to squeeze it, especially like now. It's more likely to bend since you cut out that centerpiece, and by you I mean me. If you're gonna use this pattern, which is really just, you're seeing the pieces I'm cutting out, but you're gonna have to make your own because I'm not measuring anything. So what I'm not a fan of right now is how hairy that inside looks. I'm hoping once I like hot glue it down, it's not like all that crap's not gonna be there. Maybe it won't matter because all I need is like this, right? This, or sorry, that wasn't in frame. I just need this. I just don't want these things to get in the way somehow and like ruin my stamp. My stamp that may or may not only last a few uses before falling apart. Because like cardboard's pretty sturdy, but if I'm using wet paint on it, I just can't imagine it would last me long enough. Okay, so from this piece, so that I don't make anything too big for this eye, or for the pupil, because I want it to like be able to just fit in there. See, it just like, when you use scissors, like it's easier, but you get all these wrinkly things. Which I'm not a fan of. Alright, so pro tip, cutting out circle-y things, or curvy lines, not fun. Not easy, not cute. So there we have that. And now, oh, nope, you need that. All I have to do is measure out my little eyelash things. Now this, I'm gonna use my ruler just so I have straight lines. Straight enough anyways. How much room am I going to have? I can't go any taller than an inch. I wanted the center of the top eyelash and the middle one to be a little longer. But it looks like they're not going to be that much longer. There's our little template. I can't tilt it too much without all my stuff falling off. So now we're going to glue it down. Okay, but I need this in a very specific spot. I have to kind of obviously keep everything in order, otherwise I'll forget where I put stuff. That's just how it is for me. So whatever, I don't know where I was going with that. Probably nowhere. So you can totally not measure, but you can also tell like this one end is thicker than the other. It's up to you. Like, I don't really mind imperfections of stuff I make to an extent. Like when it comes to stuff like this, it would suck all the fun out of it for me if I had to sit here and measure every little angle and corner and piece so that it was identical, which is why I just wing stuff sometimes. Oh, okay, what I just did, do not press too hard. I might have just crinkled the bottom a little bit, or right here I crinkled that. Again, not a huge deal if you're thinking of oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, like for texture, because obviously with cardboard it's not going to be perfectly smooth. And glue stuff down however you want. I, however, am very liberal with the amount of glue I use. I hate stuff falling apart, at least immediately, so just put as much down as possible to keep it in place for as long as I can. So there it is. I might put a little bit of hot glue around these edges, just because they're kind of springy, and I don't want them to fall apart. But obviously, if you do this step, just be careful like how high you put up the glue, because if the glue is higher than this cardboard piece, like that's going to be part of the stamp. And this glue down here, it shouldn't be unless I was pressing super hard with the stamp. So just keep that in mind. As per usual, not perfect, but only time will tell if it works as a stamp. And by time, I mean putting it to the test, which I can't do right now because it is, as you can see, covered in glue. And I saw, I don't know which tutorial it was, someone, like, oh my gosh, I have glue stuck to my fingers. They took like a piece of, I would assume it's thinner cardboard, and kind of like, let's see if I can, they wrapped it, made something, cylindrical like this, so it's like a handle. You can put that on this side, which I'll try to do for this one. I don't know if it will be a help or a hindrance in all honesty, but we will find out. I don't know if I can get any glue on the inside, but no, I'll just do it on the outside. Just to make sure everything stays where it should. Again, at least for as long as I can manage to keep it together. Oh my gosh! Because again, just remember, this is cardboard, and its lifespan is probably not going to be freakishly long. Especially if you're using paint with it. There we go. I did one. And I could do more, but I mean, I guess that's the process. I don't know if you need to see me do it again. But once this is dry, I could show you like what it looks like and if it worked. And then maybe I'll make a couple more off camera and I'll just show you what they look like when they're done. And one of these I will Modge Podge, and that one I won't be able to tell right away if it holds up, but I'll just see if it like seems like it works better, or I get a smoother stamp. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, we're back to try out our stamps. I should have made more than just like one extra, but I mean, that's all I did. I made the moon, and then we have our eye with the little handle on the back. So I thought this would be cool, I guess, to use for grunge paper, and if I make more of my trash cans and stuff, like if I had just like one solid color of paint, and then like if I wanted to use these as a pattern on there, I can. Problem with big stamp, okay? I'm trying to like get all this paint down before it freaking dries. I was trying to be neat, and I was like, oh wait, no, you can't do that. I gotta hurry up and get paint on here. I can stamp down. No! Okay, it's fine. We're just gonna try it again. Maybe I do need to get my paintbrush a little bit damp here. This is not working out how I intended. So it's like, I don't want to put on too much paint because it all oozes like on that one side there, but I can't put, not enough paint or it's gonna dry on the stamp. What? Okay, well, with each attempt, it seems like this was the first, the second, the third. I got it almost on that last try. All right, one more time. Fourth time's the charm. This could also be why people were suggesting, hey, don't do a detailed pattern. They may have actually had my best interest at heart, but I just don't listen. I was like, what do you know? Not having high hopes for this. Yeah, because just having like too many pieces to paint. Well, yeah, I guess it's just that, like having too many pieces to paint to keep everything wet and then put the stamp down. Well, that one's not too bad. Yeah, I think I just need to press all around here. I almost wonder if it would be easier if I cut these edges off. Just so if it's right up to this point so that I know that's where it ends, if that makes sense. I don't know. I kind of like this. Even some of those are fine if you're just adding it like background accent or something. So if I were to make this again, I feel like I'd have to do something to simplify the eye and then make it just a smaller stamp. That's what I meant to say earlier. I said something about too many pieces. I actually meant, I think because it's so big, like if I had shrunk it down, it might have gone better. Oh, but I don't really know. See, this one just like fits in the palm of my hand, so we'll see if this one stamps easier. Well, a little bit. Like, it looks like I need more paint, even though I felt like I kind of globbed it on there. And this doesn't have to be gradient moon, but I just wanted it to be. Yeah, I kind of figured I'd lose the face details, but the good thing about this is that you can also, once it's dry, if you want to use a pen and like trace around it. But then just as I said that, I was like, you might need a specific pen. I would not recommend a Sharpie because sometimes for whatever reason, drawing on top of acrylic with Sharpies causes the Sharpie to dry out. Like, it doesn't matter how new your Sharpie is, it will dry it out. So maybe even just like a standard Bic ballpoint pen would be a better idea. Something like that. Oh, look, I have hot glue strings all over my pages. So, not a colossal failure, but the other thing I'm noticing, which I wonder, again, if I Modge Podged, if this would help eliminate this issue. I don't know if you can tell, some of the paper peels off onto the stamp. And that could also be maybe if I wasn't holding it onto the page for so long, it wouldn't have semi-dried and peeled up paper. I don't really know. So that I'll have to experiment with. So that's what I should do. I should make another stamp, Modge Podge it, come back to you and be like, hey, it worked, or hey, this is worse, or did nothing. So maybe I'll do that. I'll make yet another stamp, and I guess I'll be back later again. So, not a total failure. We could do better though. That's what I feel like the end result of this is. We could do better. So we'll see if we can figure something out. Okay, hello, we're back. Hopefully this is the final video, or the final clip. So firstly, with our, I don't want to call them messed up stamps. They were just like our first ones we did, so they weren't perfect. But I took a pen, obviously, and I traced around these two. I feel like it filled them out just enough to like so their shapes are clear, you know, and give them a little more personality, and they don't look so rugged. Not that rugged is really particularly bad, but just so that we could see the image on them better. Anyways, so I Modge Podged. I just went ahead and Modge Podged over this one and this one with all the paint and all over it. This is the one that I put like 2 thick coats of Modge Podge on. It obviously isn't anything except just a little accent. So we're gonna experiment, we're gonna see if it works. Blue on blue paper, not the best idea. Well, I guess it kind of showed up on the other one. I'm gonna do purple though. Yeah, I was dumb and I had to go get food, and so I was like, well, obviously I'm like, I'm gonna go in the kitchen, I'm gonna go eat something. And I forgot, I don't think this glue gun has like an off switch. Like, I mean, there's a switch on it, but I've tried using it before and it just seems to be on and on. So I left the glue gun plugged in. And I kept reminding myself to turn it off before I went downstairs, and I still forgot. So whatever, it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't an issue because nothing bad happened. I don't know. I'm just like, one of these days I'm gonna accidentally set something on fire because I leave stuff plugged in, or like I'll light a candle, and usually it's a bigger candle, but still, like, I forget I light it. Dang, see, paper's still peeled up on that. And I was letting that Modge Podge dry for quite a long time up here. Let's try that again, because I was gabbing and I didn't really put my full effort in here. This one, I am remembering I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of like leaning, like it's bent down this way. So I probably have to press pretty hard to get that paint off of that side. Well, you know, I guess it kind of works. This one, she's a little complicated. I don't know. I guess I can just try it. And this is one, again, experimenting, seeing what works. I covered all of this in tacky glue instead of Modge Podge. Oh, I just made a mess. I say that as like it's a shock or something. Well, not fantastic. Yeah, that one's almost worse. Obviously, because I, put tacky glue on here. I think the paper really stuck to that. Okay, and just to fill you in on this last one, again, this is an idea I found online. Where did my sample? Oh, here it is. If you can't tell, this is just, like, all you do is it this side? You just, like, peel off this layer from the cardboard, and then you'll have that texture. So I'm not going to mess with it now. I was kind of aggressive with mine ripping it off, so... And it looks okay, and I did Modge Podge this too, so... I don't know. We'll see if it works. Thus far, it seems to, like, do okay, but not great. But also, it's cardboard, so, like, what else did I expect? It's terrible! And, like, again, I can take the pen and just outline it, and then it'll just be a cool, like, inside decor thing. I'm gonna retry this one again. Oh, that one wasn't too bad. Actually, I like that. There's the moon. Yeah, that one looks cool. I like that one. I'm just gonna go on the back of this one and try the eyeball one more time. I'm just dropping paint all over my desk. Oh. And I'm not stopping. I keep doing it. I actually I wonder if that was part of the issue with this stamp too, is that some of these pieces, when I cut them so small, they kind of compacted down, And I wonder if they're just like too short to like reach the paper. Also, I know, sorry, I'm being aggressive. Will that make a difference? I don't know. Just really gonna press every edge down. Oh, that's not too shabby. Yeah, see, these two end pieces, I don't think they can reach the paper because they're just like flattened, and the rest of them are thicker. I don't know how else to describe it, but that'd be a cute stamp on paper to use for junk journals or really anything. And like I said, with outlining stuff in pen, I can make it look a little less like, so you can tell what it is. And I think that's it. So not a complete success. I am considering, I have some of that clear coat that's in a spray can. I might try that later, not for this video, but make a different stamp and spray coat it and then see if that's any different. Because Modge Podge, I feel like, is always just a tiny bit sticky. And again, especially if it gets hot, it's going to be sticky, but I just think in general, even when it's completely dry, it has that little bit of tack to it, which is why I think it still like clings to the paper and pulls some of it up onto the stamp. So I don't know, I'll try to figure something out, but again, we're working with cardboard. It's gonna not last super long, but for a few projects, they'll be fun. They'll be fun to have like homemade special stamps, and once they fall apart, obviously I will throw them away. And I'm telling myself not to save it. When it's dead, I need to put it in the trash. But that's it. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed watching me make stamps, and maybe you can make your own. And I will see you next time. Bye.